your name and location in the comment section. Instagram, we are now live. For some reason, Instagram is taking longer to load every day. I don't know why, but we are live now. That doesn't even matter. The past is the past. As y'all come in here on Instagram, or if you're watching this on replay, well, if you're watching on replay, I ain't going to be able to see your comments. So you ain't got to leave a comment if you're watching on replay. But if you're watching on replay, go grab a pen and paper, grab something to take notes with, because you're going to want to remember the things I'm going to share with you here today, because I'm going to tell you, you already see what the topic is. I'll make sure I pin the topic so everybody can see what the topic is as y'all come in here. My name is Dre all day. For those of y'all coming in, tell me your name and location in the comment section, and we're going to get into the proceedings this evening immediately in a very short period of time. We actually started a couple minutes late. We had some technical difficulties for whatever reason, but we in here now. Again, the past is the past, and we ready to move on to the next thing. So as y'all come in here, tell me your name and location. We getting started in 60 seconds. We are getting started here in today's masterclass. I'm gonna be giving y'all, this is starting in 60 seconds or less. So get yourself a pen and paper, get yourself a comfortable seat, get yourself a beverage, get yourself something to eat. If you got a dog in the room, put them away. You got kids, tell them to go to sleep. All right, if you got anybody else in the room who wants to get better, tell them to listen up. All right, we getting started in 60 seconds. We have Brandon Pensacola, what's good, who is checking in. And no, those are not the 3 levels of people. No, that was it, then I wouldn't be doing this. All right, so as y'all come in, we will be getting started in, I think we about 30 seconds away right now. So as y'all come in, I'm going to be talking to y'all about 3 levels of people that we're going to discuss here today. It's not 3 levels that you think, but it will be 3 levels that you'll be able to remember and you can apply in whatever you do. Let me see what I got. Oh yeah, we got some really good stuff that I'm going to be sharing with y'all here today. So make sure y'all got y'all note-taking devices ready, because we will be getting started in 15 seconds. I'm going to introduce myself, then we're getting right into it. Whoever's here is here. People coming late, they're coming late. They're going to have to catch the replay. So for those of y'all who don't know me, even if you do, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, former 9-year professional basketball player, author of 25 books, creator of the whole Work on Your Game philosophy. I'm a keynote speaker, coach, consultant, giving 4 TED Talks, published over 7,000 YouTube videos, 6,000 articles, done a couple thousand live streams like this one right here, over 1,500 audio master classes. I got every book that I've created is available in audio book, digital book, physical book, whatever you like. I am a content Uber creator. I've created more content, free original content on the internet than any human being alive since 2005. That's just an absolute fact. Nobody has created more free content than me. Nobody's put more value into the universe than me. So what I'm here to do to tell y'all about, what I'm going to talk to y'all about today's topic is limiting your associations by understanding 3 different levels of people. Now, when it comes to levels of people, you can come up with a whole bunch of different ways, different angles from which to address this. You can talk about it when you talk about how people think, how people perform, what type of people, how you know people, how you identify people in their lives. There's a lot of different ways you can come at this. I'm going to tell you about 3 different types of people here today, 3 different levels of people, and this is going to help you decide how much of your resources you devote to dealing with other people based on the group that you're going to put them in. Because every person that you know, based on what I'm going to share with you here today, you'll be able to put them into group number 1, group number 2, or group number 3. All right, there is no extra group. Everybody you know is going to fit into one of these 3 groups, okay? And again, we're talking about limiting your associations. This is all part of the editing process. Any of you who's ever, recorded a YouTube video, or maybe even, Instagram, TikTok, any of you ever wrote a book, you may understand, and if you don't, I'm going to tell you right now, that the creation process is not the hard part when you're creating like a movie or a film or a documentary or writing a book or recording a video. That's not the hard part. That's the fun part. Being able to shoot all the material, shoot all the footage, and write all the stuff that you want to say. That's actually the funnest part. That's probably the easiest part, next to putting it out and seeing people respond to it. That's probably the best part, seeing people's response. And when it comes to creating it, the hardest part of creating is the editing process. The editing process is after you've written all the words you want to say, after you shot all the footage that you need to shoot, now you got to take all that stuff and you got to edit it down, and you have to make sense of it, and you have to create a finished product that somebody else can consume and appreciate, and hopefully you can sell it to them and they'll tell their friends and this and that. So what I'm talking about here today is the editing process when it comes to your associations, when it comes to the people you know, when it comes to how much of your most valuable resources you are going to invest in dealing with these people. This is the most important process, simply because what I'm talking about here today is how you use your most valuable resource, which is your time. Being that there are 5 forms of investment: time, money, attention, energy, focus. Time's the only one that you can't get back. You don't get that 24 hours back when you go to sleep. You get a new 24, hopefully, if you wake up and you make it through the next 24. But the 24 that you just use is completely gone after you use it. Every minute of time that you use, once it's used, you never get that 1 minute back. You will never get April 14th, 2020 ever again in your life. But you can get energy again. You can get attention again. You can refocus. You can make money that you lost, but you cannot make back time. So that's why time is so important. So let's get into the first level of people. This is the first type of person that you may come across. This is probably the most plentiful in number type of people that you're going to deal with in life. We call these the 2-minute people. Yes, 2 minute, not 1 minute, 2 minute people. These are the type of people that maybe you've known them a long time. Maybe you have a lot of personal history with these individuals. Maybe you have memories with these people. You would consider them to be good people, quote unquote. There's nothing wrong with these individuals, okay? There's nothing bad about them. However, here's the issue that you may have with these people. Again, not an issue like they did something wrong, but just the issue that you have personally looking at these individuals is this. They're the type of people who may not quite be on the same path of self-improvement and growth and getting better that you're on. They're not on the same path that you are on. All right? They're not trying to advance. They may not be trying to move forward in life. They might not be trying to, whatever level you're trying to get to. You're trying to go to school and start this business. They ain't really trying to do that. They want to just hang out. You're trying to invest your time while you might be locked down in the house right now, quarantine. You're trying to invest that time in learning and reading these books and getting this information so you can do what you got to do when everything is open again. And they ain't really trying to do that. They just want to hang out and, play video games and watch Netflix and mess around watching funny YouTube videos. That's just where they're at. Now, again, this doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't mean that they're doing anything wrong, because it's their life, right? They can do whatever they want to do. So when you start to talk about reading books and listen to podcasts and all this personal development and personal growth stuff, they're not really into that, okay? But again, doesn't mean they're bad. It just means they're not into the same life that you're with. They're not into the same life that you're in, rather. So with these individuals, you got to they got to become your high and buy people. Y'all know what I mean when I say high and buy? That means they're the type of people, when you see them, you say hi, you talk to them for like 2 minutes, and then you say bye, and then you keep stepping. All right, that's a 2-minute individual. These are the type of people that when you're around them, you should only be investing 2 minutes of your time with them before you move on and go do something else. These are the 2-minute individuals. Everybody understand what I'm talking about here? Now, some of you, again, you probably know some 2-minute people. Hopefully you're not one of them, but if you are, then you need to work on your game and get yourself to a higher level, because somebody else might be listening to me right now or listening to this replay or when I put this on YouTube, and they're going to say, you know what? They might be talking about you. Like, hey, he's a 2-minute individual. I should stop hanging with him. I should stop talking to her. They're a 2-minute individual. These are the type of people that, though you may know these people, and again, you might have history with them. They might be in your family. They might be somebody that you've been hanging with all the time. The more time, if you spend more than 2 minutes with a 2-minute person, what you're doing is not hurting them, but you're hurting yourself, because you're giving them more than you should be giving them. All right, these people are only worth 2 minutes of your time, so they should only receive 2 minutes of your time. It's a discipline on your part to understand that you shouldn't be giving them any more time than they're worth. And also, you're doing a disservice to yourself. You're spending 3 minutes with a 2-minute person, or you're spending a week with the 2-minute person. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you spend a week with a 2-minute individual? These are the type of people, the amount of time that I'm telling you about this person, that's how much value they have to offer you. In other words, if you talk to a 2-minute person for 2 minutes, they're going to give you 2 minutes worth of what they have to offer. That's pretty much all they got to offer. They can give you 2 minutes worth of useful conversation that will be beneficial to you. After you get past the 2-minute mark, all right, everything they say after that point is pretty much useless. All right, that's all they got. All they got is 2 minutes worth of value within them. At least when it comes to your needs, they only got 2 minutes worth of value. They may not think themselves of as a 2-minute individual, but for you, they're 2-minute people, so you should only spend 2 minutes with them. You say hi, chat with them for a minute. How you doing? How's your job? I heard you broke your arm 3 weeks ago. How's it doing? How's your family? How's your son? All right, what you think about this weather? How you think the local basketball team's doing? Cool. All right, see you later, and keep walking. That's what you need to do with a 2-minute individual. If you spend more than 2 minutes with a 2-minute person, it is your fault, because now I just explained to you what a 2-minute person is. So next time you identify that you're around a 2-minute person, you got to let them know, look, I can't hang out. No, I can't come to your get together. No, I can't follow you on Instagram. I got to go do what I got to do. Give them 2 minutes and keep stepping. Everybody got that. Now I give you 2 minutes more. I gave you more than 2 minutes explaining this individual so that you don't have to. All right. Hove did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that. Point number 2. Today we are talking about the 3 levels of people, 3 types of people that you're going to come across in life, and you limiting or editing your association. So some of these people you're going to expand your association, and some of these people you're going to narrow your association based on the level of value that you see them bringing into your life. So that first type of person was a 2-minute individual. They're not on the same page as you. They're not even going in the same direction as you. They're not even reading the same book as you. They're not even in the same library that you're in. Only spend 2 minutes with them. You ain't got to be a jerk to them. You don't have to talk bad about them. You don't have to tell them that they're wrong. Just only spend 2 minutes and keep moving. All right, let them be them and you be you. Second type of person. These are the 2-hour people. 2 hours. All right, everybody following me so far? Yes, this is live. Terrell Simmons over there on Facebook. These are the people who you can see them and you can appreciate them because they can see and they value they can see and they can appreciate the value of the path that you're on. So I'm assuming, let's just say that you're the type of person who's really trying to improve yourself. You're trying to get better. You're trying to take yourself to the next level. You're reading books. You're investing in yourself. You're going and finding mentors. You're going and finding coaches. You're going to events, at least when the events are happening again. You're going to events on the internet. You are listening to live streams of people talking about how you can get better and how you can move yourself to the next level. You're into that stuff. The 2-hour people are the people who are also into that. Like, they appreciate it, they understand it, they're on the same wavelength as you. They're in the same bookstore that you're in when it comes to being on the same page. They're at least in the same bookstore. But the problem with these people is, and again, not a problem like they're wrong, but the challenge, let's just say, instead of calling it a problem, let's call it a challenge that you may have with these people is that even though they're about getting better, even though they want to work on their game and they talk about it and they say all the right things, they're part-timers. They only do it when it's convenient. These are the type of people who, I want to get better. I want to work on my game. I want to take myself to the next level. But they only do it when it's fun. They only do it when it's easy. They only do it when everything is laid out for them on a platter. They only do it when they are about something out of convenience, not because they have to, but because it's easy for them. And when it's not easy, they ain't nowhere to be found. These are the type of people. I'll tell y'all a quick story. When I was probably about maybe a year out of college, and I was still in Philadelphia. This is before I had moved to Miami, and I went to the park, the playground that I grew up playing ball in. I'm out of college now. I'm trying to get ready to play overseas. I don't think I had played yet. I might have played overseas once and came back home. I can't remember. But I was at the park playing ball, and I seen this kid from my block. I was probably maybe 2 or 3 years older than him. Seen this dude from my block, and he played ball here and there. I knew him as a sporadic basketball player. He played basketball kind of for fun, as far as I was concerned. He wasn't out there like serious working on his game and none of that. But he saw me out there one day by myself working on my game, and he had his homeboy with him. And him and his homeboy about the same age, about the same size. They see me, and I guess they was bored. They had nothing else to do. So they like, yo, you want to play? You trying to play one-on-one, Dre? And I'm looking at him like, yo, y'all ain't got no chance to beat me one-on-one. So I said to them, look, I'll play y'all 2-on-1. Both of y'all against me. And then they looked at each other like, yo, he better than us, but he ain't that much better than us. He ain't beating us 2-on-1. So we start playing 2-on-1. And, of course, I'm mopping up the floor with these dudes, busting their ass. We played like 4 or 5 games, and I beat them in all the games. They couldn't stop me. And then when the game was over, here's the part that I want to tell you. The other dude, the kid that he had with him, this dude from my block, he had this other kid with him. They was like, yo, how often you be working out? Like, when you be coming to the park? I'm trying to get good, too. I'm trying to practice. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to work on my game, too. Because in that moment, after they just got their asses kicked, they were kind of excited about basketball. All of a sudden, they were like, I want to play ball. I want to get serious. I want to work on my game. Because I think they also felt a little bit like, damn, how garbage are we? We just got beat, both of us together against one dude. He just bust our ass. Like, how garbage is we? So they was like, I want to work on my game. I want to get better. When the next time you come into the park, Dre? I want to work out. Now, let me tell you something. When's the next time you think I saw them at the park working out? Never. I don't think I've seen them dudes since that day. That was like 15 years ago. I ain't never seen them dudes since that day. Why? Because they wanted to get better, or at least they gave lip service to wanting to get better. They were talking about getting better, but they only wanted to get better because it was convenient in that moment. It was something that I was talking about in the moment, or something we was doing in the moment. Say like, yeah, I want to get better. But the very next morning, when they had an idea, I could go to that park and work on my game, or I could sit here and play video games, or I could go to the mall, or I could go roll up a blunt and stand outside and smoke, or I could go hang out and do nothing. What they do? I don't know what they did. I'm gonna tell you what they didn't do. They didn't come back to that court, because I was at that court every day. I ain't never see them dudes ever again. So the 2-hour people are the type of people who they are about something and they understand the value of it. And when they see you doing it, they can appreciate it and they know what it's about and they're with it. But they're not all the way in the way that you're all the way in. All right, they're not 10 toes deep the way you're 10 toes deep. They're kind of like sticking their toes in the water. You know how some people come to a swimming pool and they're not sure how cold the water is, so they kind of dip their toes in the water and then they stand on the edge and they looking and they see everybody else getting in and they're not sure, they're like, how cold is it? They're not sure they want to get in or not. That's them. All right, the 2-hour people are the people. The 2-minute people are the people who don't even come to the pool. The 2-hour people are the people who come to the pool, but then, and they got their swim clothes on, but then they get to the pool and then they kind of dip their toes in it, but they don't really want to jump in the water. All right, they understand it, but they ain't really all in. Okay, those are the 2-hour people. So you can appreciate these people. These are the type of people that you can spend 2 hours of your day with. All right, they're serious again. When they're thinking about it, they're serious, but when they gotta push themselves, they get back on the BS. All right. When they get around 2-minute people, see the 2-hour people, when they get around 2-minute people, you know who they become? They become 2-minute people. These are the type of people that become whoever they're around. They're strongly influenced by their environment. So you put a 2-hour person, they're kind of in the middle. Put them around some losers, they're going to act like a loser. Now, you put them around some winners, they're going to act like winners. If you put them around people who are just like them, they're going to be all in the middle. You're not quite sure what you're going to get. All right, these are the people kind of in the middle. They're vacillating back and forth. You can spend 2 hours with these people because when they're around you and you're serious, they're going to be serious. When they're around, again, put them around some bums, they're going to be bums. So when you see a 2-hour person hanging with some bums, you're like, all right, they just got caught up with the wrong crowd today. You see them around some winners, they acting like a winner. They got caught up with a good crowd the next day, but it's their life. Again, I'm not telling you to go preach to them and tell them that they're wrong because they being 2-hour people. These are the people who got to be reminded to work on their games. These are people you got to tell them, hey, yo, remember you supposed to be working on your game? Remember you said you was going to read that book? Remember you said you was going to do this thing to get better? Remember you said you was going to wake up at 6 a.m. every day? It's 7:30, you still sleep. Remember you said you was going to do this, that? You got to keep reminding them of the commitments that they made. You got to keep telling them about the stuff that they're supposed to be doing for themselves. A 2-hour person is a person who, again, they're about it, but you got to remind them to be about it. They got to remember to be about it. They're the type of people, they got to write it down to remember to be serious. They got to remember to work on their games. All right, it's not something that they do naturally. It's something that they got to think about. All right, those are the 2-hour people. If you spend enough time around a 2-hour person, depending on who you are as a person, you can lift them up to your level. You can do that, but you gotta spend time with them. You gotta watch them. All right, you can't just leave a 2-hour person by themselves and think they're gonna figure it out on their own. They won't figure it out. All right, they'll fall by the wayside. They'll be like a baby. It's like if you had a baby and you just left it there and nobody helped it, the baby's gonna die. All right, the baby can't take care of itself. You got to raise it up. All right, same way somebody had to raise you when you was a kid. They had to raise you till you were 18 years old. You could take care of yourself. All right, that's what you got to do with 2-hour people. You got to watch them. All right, leave them alone. They're going to die on their own. Everybody got that. Now, it's the third level. Now, this third level of person is the highest level individual. All right, this is the type of person that you should be aiming to become if you are not this person already. And when I describe this person, you need to check yourself. I'm going to describe. First, I'm going to tell you who they are. Then I'm going to describe them. I'm going to describe their traits. And you need to ask yourself, am I this type of individual? Do I check off all the boxes of this type of person? Because if you don't, then that means you have work to do. And there's nothing wrong with having work to do because every human being no human is a finished product. We're all a work in progress, as they say. So if you're not this type of person, understand it's not a bad thing, but it does mean you got work to do. It does mean you have some improvements that you need to make for yourself so you don't slide back and becoming one of these other individuals that I'm talking about. This third type of person is what I call the 2-day person. Not today, like right now, today. 2 days. All right, y'all got that? 2 days person. This is the type of individual who, when you come around them, if you know a person who's a 2-day person, this is the type of person that you need to do everything you can to spend as much time as you possibly can around this individual. This is the type of person that if they charge money to talk to them, you should pay. This is the type of person that if they write a book and they're selling it, you should go buy it. It's the type of person that they're doing an event and you can come, you need to get a ticket and you need to go. The 2-day person is the type of person that every minute you spend around them, you get better. Just being around them makes you better. They don't even have to be doing nothing. They don't have to be teaching you nothing. They don't even have to talk to you. Just being around them brings you to a higher level just because of the type of energy that they bring to life. These are the 2-day individuals. Now the challenge for some of you, actually, first of all, before I get to that, some of you know some 2-day people. Some of you, unfortunately, don't know any 2-day people. You never even met a 2-day person. Maybe you met them, but you don't know any. You don't have any 2-day people in your phone. You go through the contacts in your phone, you ain't got a single 2-day person in there. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You just may be in the wrong environment. You never even thought of this concept, so I'm not going to blame you for it. But now that I'm telling you about it, I'm holding you responsible to go find some 2-day individuals. And if you don't know any in person, listen, you go find some on the internet. You're on the internet right now. All right, you can connect to damn near anybody right now. The 2-day people, let me describe these people. These are the people who, when you're around them, you instantly feel smarter, you feel more confident, you feel more ready to go make things happen. These are the type of people who always have an idea. Every time you talk to them, you tell them what you got going on. They got some kind of idea for you that can help you get better. They can listen to what you're doing for 2 minutes. They listen to you talk for 2 minutes, and they can immediately diagnose what you need to do to take yourself to the next level. They can immediately see where your problems are and how you can fix it. They can immediately tell you, they can immediately give you an insight that you never thought of that will help you get better if all you do is implement it. That's a 2-day person. They can immediately get you better. You only need to spend 2 minutes with them, and in that 2 minutes, they're going to give you more value than a 2-hour or a 2-minute person could give you in a week. That's a 2-day person. Now, again, I want you to think about 2 things while I'm describing this person. Number 1, do you know anyone who fits this description, who you personally know that you can call on your phone right now that fits this description? And number 2, are you this type of person? These are 2 things I want you to be thinking about while I'm giving this description. So they always have some information for you. They always can see insights into what you're doing and understand and diagnose your problem and tell you how to fix it in a way that you never thought of. And they only been listening to you talk for 5 minutes, but you've been trying to work on this problem for 5 years. They figured it out in 5 minutes, but you couldn't figure it out in a year. That's a 2-day person. Now, why is that? Is it because there's some kind of genius? Is it because they just have this knowledge that other people don't have? No. It's because this person is all about investing in themselves, making themselves better. That's what they do. That's what their whole life is about. And that's why they're at this level. It's because they do it day after day after day after day. They're not some genius. They may not even be more intelligent than you. It's just they've invested more time in making themselves better than you have. And that's how they get to this level. Or maybe the same amount that you have. Because again, you might be this person. Maybe you are, maybe you ain't. I can't answer that, but you can answer it. You need to check yourself. Let me keep describing this 2-day person. All right. These are the people who tell you about a possibility, something that you could do to help yourself that you hadn't even thought about before they said it. You hadn't even considered it possible before they said it. They say, you know what, you could do this, and this is exactly how you do it. And you're listening to them like, yo, I never even thought of that, but that's a hell of an idea. I never even considered that. I never even looked at it from that angle. And you've been talking to me for 10 minutes, and you already noticed that. And I've been myself for 25 years, and I never thought of it. That's a 2-day person. And again, check yourself. Do you know anybody like this? Do you have anybody in your circle of friends who fits this description? These are the people who you would spend a whole weekend hanging with this person, or even if you had to pay for it, because you know that just spending time with this person is going to make you better. Anybody who has a question or comment, I will address those at the end of the stream. So anybody who has a question or anything, at the end, I will address all questions. Now, these 2-day people, again, if you didn't have a personal relationship with this 2-day person and you met them and you found out they were a 2-day individual, all right, you need to do whatever you need to do. Get their contact information, get their email address, get their Instagram name, find out what their website is, find out what podcast they got, subscribe to them on YouTube, whatever you got to do so you can soak up as much game from this individual as possible. These are the people who, again, if they were selling their time, you need to pay for it. All right, if they wrote a book, you need to go buy it. If they do a live stream, you need to turn on your notifications and make sure you catch every second of every single thing that they say. Not even because everything they say is going to be just so profound and amazing, but because the energy that they bring to their life, to their work, to everything that they do, just by osmosis, makes everybody around them better. A 2-day person type person, who anyone who's around them, their levels go up just because they're around that person. Now again, let me tell you one more time. I want you to check yourself. Number 1, do you know anyone who fits this description? Do you have anybody that you know personally that you could call right now who fits this description? And if you don't, then you need to go find some ASAP. And number two, are you this type of person? Do other people want to be around you because they know being around you is going to make them better? Do other people do whatever they got to do just to soak up whatever game they can get from you because they know no matter what you do, no matter what you're talking about, they're going to get some game. Even if you're talking about something that has nothing to do with them, they know if they listen, they're going to get something out of it that's going to be beneficial to them. Are you that type of person? Now, again, I want you to just think about that. You don't have to answer right now. And you don't have to answer to me. You got to answer to you. You got to think about that to yourself. Now, I got more points. Point number 4. So we gave you 3 types of people, right? 2-minute person, 2-hour person, and a 2-day person. This is how much time you should be spending with each one of these individuals. You meet a 2-minute person, don't give them more than 2 minutes, keep walking. Meet a 2-hour person, give them 2 hours. They will get better during that 2 hours. You might not get better, but you could at least learn to teach because you're around somebody who will listen when you're around them because they want to be about it, but they're not all the way in. Our 2-day person, as I give you the pool analogy, the 2-minute person is the person who doesn't come to the pool. The 2-hour person is the person who comes to the pool. They got their swimsuit or swim trunks on. They dip their toes in the water. They want to see how cold it is, but they never jump in the water. The 2-day person is the person who runs up to the pool, takes their t-shirt off or whatever, and they just dive in the water. They don't even check how cold it is. They don't ask how deep the pool is. They just dive in the water and start swimming. That's the 2-day person. They're all the way in. They are fully immersed in what they want to do with their lives. That's the 2-day person. You need to get around as many 2-day people as you possibly can. If you can get a circle, if you can create a circle of 2-day people in your life, I mean, if you take your 3 closest friends or the people you spend the most time with, and they all become 2-day individuals, all right, the 3 of you can create more synergy just with 3 people than 32-hour people all put together. The 3 of you could be better than 10 times the number of people if they ain't 2-day individuals. That's the power of putting heads together when everybody's at that level. But they got to be at that level. They got to be the 2-day individuals. Now, let me tell you some more. Point number 4, in a perfect world, you'll be surrounded with 2-day people, right? Everybody you know will be a 2-day person. You will be a 2-day person. And everybody will be a 2-day person all the time. But let's be real. The world ain't perfect. We can agree to that, right? The world ain't perfect. Is everybody around you a 2-day person? Probably not. Is everybody around me a 2-day person? No. The world ain't perfect. All right, so we can't be mad that things is like that. And sometimes you might be stuck with some people that you can't get away from. You're stuck with your family. All right, your parents are 2-minute people, and you realize they're 2-minute people. You can't do nothing about it. They're gonna be your parents forever. Now you ain't got to talk to them all the time forever, but you stuck with them. You stuck with your cousins and your brothers and your sisters and your uncles. You might be stuck with your teammates right now or your co-workers at your job. You stuck with the people who live next door to you. They might all be 2-minute people, and you can't really do nothing about it right now. That's what it is. So let me tell you what you can do. Let's talk about what you can control instead of talking about what you can't control. Okay? The thing about it is this. First thing you can control is you have to limit your associations. You got to edit your associations and stop spending 2 hours and spending 2 days with 2-minute individuals. If you realize somebody's a 2-minute person, stop spending 2 hours with them. That's the first thing you could do that'll solve 90% of most of your problems right now. Anybody you know that's only worth 2 minutes, give them no more than 2 minutes. Now, for those of you talking about you ain't got enough time, for those of you talking about, man, I feel like every day I wake up and I work and then I look up, it's 8 o'clock at night and I don't know what happened to my day. I'm going to tell you what happened to your day. You're giving 2 hours to 2-minute individuals. That's what's happening to your day. Stop doing that one time every day and you just created 1 hour and 58 minutes of time for yourself. Boom. I just changed your life with that right there. If that's all you do, that'll change your life right there. The next time you see a 2-minute person, instead of giving them 2 hours, give them 2 minutes. I just gave you 2 hours of your life back. Do that every day for a year. How many hours is that? Somebody do the math. That's 730 hours a year. Now, if you had 730 extra hours a year, could you accomplish something that you haven't done yet? Could you get a whole lot better at your basketball game? Could you finally write that book you've been talking about writing? Could you finally read a book that you've been talking about reading? Could you do whatever project you ain't did because you said you don't have time? If I gave you 2 hours a day, every day, for a whole year, could you get it done? Of course you could. And I just told you how to do it. So you got to stop spending more time than is warranted with people who are not worth it. Okay? Point number 5. Understand this. Nobody has a permanent spot in any of these groups. which means that's why I told you at the beginning. If you know a 2-minute person, don't talk down on them. Don't trash them. Don't try to clown them. Don't make jokes about them. Because a 2-minute person, when they get the right idea on their own volition, not because you preached to them, but because they decided on their own that they don't want to be a 2-minute person anymore, a 2-minute person can graduate to being a 2-hour person. They can get better. And a 2-hour person can graduate to being a 2-day person. All right, they can get better too. And a person who's a 2-day person, if they stop doing the work, they get downgraded. All right, they get demoted down to a 2-hour person, and a 2-hour person can get demoted to being a 2-minute person. So just because you're at a certain level right now doesn't mean you're going to stay there. Just like if you play basketball and you got a great jump shot, if you stop working on your jump shot, you're not going to keep having a great jump shot. All right, in a week, you might not have a great jump shot anymore. You might go from having a great jump shot to a good jump shot. And you can go from a good jump shot to having no jump shot if you stop practicing. So just because you're at a certain level does not mean you're not grandfathered into that spot. You got to continually earn that spot by continuing to put in the work. All right, that's why it's called work on your game. You got to keep putting in this work. Nobody's guaranteed their spot once they get to it. All right, everybody can be promoted and demoted. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to recap these 3 levels of people. The topic today is limiting your association by understanding the 3 levels of people and making sure you are spending the right amount of time with the right individuals every single day. For any of you who's ever had a challenge of not having enough time, feeling like you got a lot to do, but not enough time to get it done, if you just follow what I'm telling you here today, I guarantee you will create time and space in your life. And the time that you do use, you'll be using it on people that are going to make you so much better that the time is going to multiply. Level 1 is a 2-minute person. This is the type of person who is a good person. They're cool. You know them. You might have a relationship with them. You got history with them. But they're not the type of person who's really about getting better. They're not really about growth. They're not really about forward progress. They're cool, but they ain't about getting better. So this is the type of person who, again, don't cuss them out. You ain't got to unfriend them on Facebook. You can still say hi to them when you see them, but you only give them 2 minutes. This is the hi and bye individual. Like, hey, how you doing? How's your kids doing? How's your dog? Those some nice sneakers you got? All right, I'll see you later. I gotta go do this. You got to keep it moving. The 2-minute people, you just got to keep it moving from them. Let them be them. Be nice to them. Be cordial. But you got to keep it moving. Do not stay around them because the law of association says you become the average of the people you spend time with. The second type of person is a 2-hour person. This is the person who is about getting better. They understand what you're talking about when you say getting better and personal development and personal growth. And you tell them you're reading books. You tell them you going to seminars. You tell them you listen to podcasts. And you tell them that you're trying to get smarter and trying to advance yourself. And you're trying to get up out of the hood. And you're trying to get to another level and help your family out. They understand everything you're saying and they're with it. They're on the same page as you. The thing is, they're a part-timer. They're about it, but they only about it when it's convenient. All right, the 2-hour person, again, I told you, the 2-minute person is a person who doesn't even come to the pool. The 2-hour person is a person who comes to the pool and they got their swimming clothes on, but they only dip their toes in the water. They just trying to figure out how cold the water is. They never jump in the water. And the third type of person is a 2-day person. This is the type of person who is always getting better, always improving. Every time you see them, it seems like they got better. Every time you talk to them, you get new information. You get enlightened. You feel better. You feel more energy. You feel like you could do more. You feel like you could be more. The 2-day person, type of person who just being around them inspires you and motivates you to go to a higher level. And you might not even know who they are. Just being around them, just seeing them, just listening to them, you just feel like you could do more than you've been doing. The 2-day person, the type of person who can listen to you talk about a problem that you've been dealing with for 5 years. They can listen to you talk about it for 5 minutes, and they can give you an insight to solve that problem that you couldn't figure out in all that time you've been trying to work on it by yourself. That's what a 2-day type of person does. The 2-day person, while the 2-minute person never comes to the pool, the 2-hour person dips their toes in the water, the 2-day person dives in the water and starts swimming. Don't even ask how cold the water is. Don't ask how deep the pool is. They just jump in. The 2-day person is all the way in. Now what you need, and the 2-day person type of person, if you meet one, you need to do whatever you need to do to spend time around that person. Ask them, yo, how can I spend more time with you? How can I get to know you more? Where can I get more information about what you got going on? You got a podcast, you wrote a book, you got a YouTube channel, you on Instagram, you got an email list that I can get on, you got some articles that you wrote. What do you have that I can take in so I can learn more from you? Those are the type of people you need to take everything that they ever did and you need to consume it. Only from these type of people, the 2-day people. And it ain't a whole bunch of these people. There are a lot of them, but it ain't a whole bunch. You need to go find them. And when you identify one, you need to take in everything they ever made. If they charge money for their time, pay for it. If they got a book that they're selling, buy it. They got a course that you can sign up for, register for it. They got an event, go to it. A 2-day person, you need to get around them and stay around them as much as you can. Whatever it costs, spend as much time as you can around 2-day people. And if that means eliminating all your time with the 2-minute and the 2-hour people, so be it. Because guess what? The 2-minute and the 2-hour people will come looking for you when you become a 2-day person. If you are a 2-day person, I guarantee you people are coming to find you. They will seek you out when you're a 2-day person. Now I want you to ask yourself something. And I'm going to take questions right after this. Which one are you? Are you a 2-minute person who people are just like high and by with you because you ain't got nothing to offer the conversation? You ain't got nothing going on? Are you a 2-hour person who you want to have something going on and you talk about it and you do it sometimes, but you're a part-timer? Like you're serious only when it's convenient to be serious. Or are you a 2-day person? You're the type of person that people, whatever they got to do to spend time around you, to learn from you, to soak up game from you, they'll do it. Because they know just talking to you, they're going to get something. Even if they talk to you for 2 minutes, they're going to get 3 years worth of value out of you. Which one are you? And again, don't answer to me. You got to answer to you, because I ain't got to live with you. You got to live with you. So what type of person are you? Now, before I take questions, I'm going to tell you about these 2 books right here in front of me. First of all, both of these books are free. If you didn't know, all you got to do is take care of the shipping. I will ship either one of these books or both of them to your doorstep or to your P.O. box or wherever you want to ship to. This book right here is called The Mirror of Motivation. It's a self-guide to self-discipline. This book is about, I already told you, self-guide to self-discipline, but this book will allow you to be, not allow you, let me rephrase that. It will ignite the spark in you so that you will make yourself be who you want to be as a person, so you can do what you need to do, so you can have the life that you want to have, live the life that you want to live, which means you'll be doing what 99% of people never do, which is getting in touch with who you truly are and being that person fully 100% every single day for the rest of your life. Get this book at mirrorofmotivation.com. I'll ship it to you free. Just take care of the shipping. I ship this book worldwide. We just shipped like 50 books just this week. This is one of the free books you get, mirrorofmotivation.com. This book right here, for anyone who wants to play professional basketball internationally, so you can travel the world, get paid to play basketball, and play a game. You're playing a game for a living, getting paid for it, traveling the world. Your travel's paid for, your food is paid for, your housing is paid for. All you got to do is come to a gym and play basketball every day. Like, can somebody tell me if there's a better job than that? I'll wait. Ain't no better job than that. If you want that job, I wrote this book right here called The Overseas Basketball Blueprint to show you how to do it. Go to balloverseas.com and I will ship you this 237-page book anywhere that you live worldwide, physical copy, so that you can do what 99% of people never do in their lives, which is play a professional sport, get paid for it, and you get to travel the world. You get to see places that you probably never would have seen. Listen, everywhere that I saw internationally, I ain't never been on no family vacation. All right, every stamp in my passport is because of basketball. If you want to do that, go to balloverseas.com and get this book shipped to you worldwide. Just take care of the shipping. balloverseas.com, mirrorofmotivation.com. You can get both of them. You can get one of them, but make sure you at least get one, because if you don't, I mean, why would you not? Now, let me see what I got going on in the comment section, and I'm going to take questions. For anybody who came in the middle of this stream, the topic today was the 3 levels of people: the 2-minute people, the 2-hour people, and the 2-day people. If you didn't know what those are, now you know. I just told you. Bruno Karasic, what's good? Saleh says, where do I find to make friends with high performance people on social media? Just start browsing. Start browsing. What do you, just ask yourself, first of all, what you're looking for, and then Google that topic. You want to play ball? You want to write books? You want to repair computers? You want to be an architect? What are you looking for? Go on Google and just look up who are the best people in this area. You'll start to find things. If you see something, go down that rabbit hole, see who you find. Then go find other people and find other people. Go look at what they're doing. I already gave you a description of how you're going to feel when you're around a 2-day person, so you'll know when you see them. You'll know when you get around the right type of person. Just seeing if we got in Coach Kev Jersey, what's going on. Nehemiah Official HD, what's good. Popstar Breezy, what's going on. Just Dimes 14, what up? Coach Kev said, I explained everything perfectly, now time to implement. Exactly. Definitely implement. That's the key. Bradley Anderson, I appreciate you. What's going on? All right, let me see if I got any questions on Facebook. Terrell Simmons, what's going on? Yes, this is a live stream. He was wondering if this is live. You see it says live right up there in the corner, right? You can't fake that. Matthias says Dre 2 weeks person. That's right. You're right about that. So everybody, all right, I don't think I got any questions. So I addressed everything. I'm glad I laid this out well for y'all. 2 books, mirrormotivation.com, balloverseas.com. Either one of these I will ship to you worldwide. The book is already paid for. All you got to do is take care of the shipping worldwide, anywhere you want it. If you got a physical address that you can receive mail at, you can get either one or both of these books. I will be doing another live tomorrow. It'll be at 6:15 Eastern, Instagram and Facebook. Anybody got a question, concern, challenge for me, you can hit me in the DM and I'll tell you where to get the answer if I haven't already answered it, or I probably have already answered it. I'll tell you where the answer's at. Everybody work on your game. Stay safe, stay clean, don't shake anybody's hand. Wash your hands with soap and water, work on your game. Dre all day. We out of here.